Hello everyone, I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. In the headlines, 300,000 visitors expected as the new tourist season opens. Protest action in Soufrière over blocked road to Petit Colibri. And one of the pioneers of bouillon music says the World Creole Music Festival has lost its way. The details coming up.
When persons with TB sneeze or cough, healthy persons nearby breathe in the droplets and the bacteria can lodge in their lungs. People with weakened immune systems such as HIV/AIDS, alcohol and drug users, smokers, children, and the elderly are most susceptible. Persons with a cough should take precautions when in contact with persons in public places. Cover your mouth when sneezing and coughing. Visit your doctor or health center. You must complete your treatment. TB can be cured even with HIV. Be responsible. Help stop the spread of TB and HIV. Protect yourself and others.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, galvanized and fenced pipe. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Approximately 300,000 tourists are expected to visit Dominica over the next several months.
This as the 2018-2019 cruise season officially got underway on Tuesday. The first ship to call into port was Celebrity Summit from Celebrity Cruises. This ship has a capacity of 2,500 and is expected to make 9 calls to the country during the season. Minister for Tourism and Culture, Senator Robert Tongue, says a lot of work and money went into preparing Dominica for the cruise season.
As of this time, over 95% of our sites are back up, except for 2 that are unofficially open, but persons still actually go to those sites because we've ensured that these sites are actually still safe to go to. Significant sums of monies have been spent to bring us to this stage, and I'm really happy that the government of Dominica has been able to manage its finances to allow us to make all of these interventions. And over $6 million has been spent in terms of getting the city ready, in terms of getting the sites ready, in terms of getting all the different beaches cleaned, all the various sites and all of the work that had to be done to get us to this particular stage. In terms of support, we've provided a significant amount of support, especially indirectly to the vendors and the hair breeders. Over $500,000 has been spent in terms of supporting the hair breeders and the vendors on the beachfront at this stage. As you can see, the Dobbini building has been repaired. All the selling areas in the main area of the old market have been repaired by the government of Dominica. And as you can see, all the tents that the vendors are currently using right now are sponsored and paid for and rented by the government of Dominica, and that amounts to over $500,000.
Captain of the MV Summit is pleased that his ship is the first to call Dominica for the new cruise season.
The people, I'm pretty sure that you will enjoy the island services, the facilities, and of course the beautiful rainfalls all over the place. And I'm really happy that the Celebrity Summit is going to be, it is the first cruise ship for 2018 and 2019 season. And I would like to say on behalf of the Celebrity Summit, my officers, staff and crew, and on behalf of our guests, to have a nice season. And thank you very much for the welcome, this warm welcome today in a beautiful port. Thank you very much.
CEO of the Dominica Air and Seaports Authority, Binwa Badwell, assured the captain that passengers will have a good time in Dominica and says there are ongoing efforts to continue developing the country's tourism product.
We do have lots to do in Dominica, and I'm sure your passengers will find the various areas where they can make the best of Dominica during their short stay. I dare say that we will continue to improve. Dominica, as we've said, is completely ready for cruise activity, and we look forward to not only your vessel coming, but for the other vessels coming to Dominica and your passengers, in fact, enjoying the best that we have to offer.
Mayor of Roseau, Irene John, says impressive work has been done to restore the country's ecotourism sites after Hurricane Maria.
It's a year now since we experienced Hurricane Maria, And if you notice the country now, we have bounced back quickly. So I'm saying that most of our sites have been taken care of. I'm almost sure that there's some of these sites that we can still enjoy. I'm asking all of you, the passengers, to make sure that you're on a tour and to visit the scenery that we have, that Maria left behind for us, and to make sure that you have a good time today, and you will be able to come back on some other tours.
A total of 189 cruise calls are expected for the 2018-2019 cruise season. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
The police had to be called in when Soufrière residents blocked a section of the Petite Colibri Road in protest action on Tuesday. Some of the protesters are reported to be employees of the Petite Colibri guest cottages.
We want our road back! We want our road back! We want our road back!
From what we are told, one developer in the area is claiming ownership of a long-established road used by farmers and other workers in the area. We have not been able to speak with the developer in question, but Channel 5 News was told that he claims he owns the land on both sides of the road and therefore the road is off limits. This led to Tuesday's protest action, which resulted in a busload of tourists being turned back due to the fire started by protesters. The police brought that situation under control, reopening that section of road.
What's going to happen? We're going to allow persons, people, land and survey, village council, parliament.
Yes.
There's going to be a meeting.
For
We'll
sure.
try to arrange
Yes,
a meeting.
arrange it, yes.
So the stakeholders involved
Yes.
and come give your opinion.
Yes.
And take it from there.
But Channel 5 News understands the developer whose actions were being protested also had a boulder placed on a section of the road. He reportedly built a bypass which protesters say is incomplete and risky. It is reported that two-wheel drive vehicles are not able to traverse the diversion he created, and there are other concerns about dangerous overhanging rocks. An agricultural complex to be built in Portsmouth with funds provided by the Chinese government. This agricultural complex is just one of the benefits to be derived from a $120 million package of assistance from the Chinese government.
This 120 million EC dollars will be used, some of it will be used to construct the agricultural complex in Portsmouth, which will bring to Dominica a new thinking in agriculture, or more technologically based agriculture, which at the end of the day will increase production and productivity on the farms, and thereby increasing the investment returns for farmers and increasing our possibility and opportunities for gaining more foreign exchange for agricultural produce.
That facility will include a center for training where farmers, prospective farmers and staff of the Ministry of Agriculture could be exposed to advanced technology in farming. The Prime Minister says Dominica must employ new technology in agriculture if we are to survive in that industry.
In agriculture, we are exposed to increased pests and diseases on the farms, and largely due to global warming and the change in the climatic conditions, and also the weather patterns. When we no longer have we have rainy season now in dry season, and dry season and rainy season. So there's a change, and farmers need to know how do we manage this pest, how do we manage these changes in the climatic condition, how do we deal with issues of global warming on the farm. And this facility will provide that kind of technology transfer to us in Dominica.
The agriculture complex will also make accommodation for advanced tissue culture practices.
For us to build more resilience and more resistance in agriculture, we have to look at the planting material and the source of the planting material, and to ensure that the stock which we bring in, the tissue that we bring in, can withstand the pests and diseases in our farms. Because pest management on the farms is costing farmers about 25% of the cost on farming, 25%. And that's a significant cost. And I think if we can bring in more resilient plants and more resistant plants, we can see a bigger return for farmers. So we look forward, Excellency, to the commencement and the completion of this very important project.
And one of the pioneers of Bouillon music says the World Creole Music Festival has lost its focus.
Cornel Phillip, who is also one of the masterminds behind the Music Anu project of 19 years ago, says the festival was created to give international exposure to local artists. The World Creole Music Festival was launched over 20 years ago in 1997 to promote Dominica's tourism and create a platform for indigenous Dominican music. Philip lamented that over the years, the focus has shifted to giving prime-time performance spots to foreign artists, which caused local acts to miss out on international media exposure.
We have lost our focus. I can remember when the festival first started, it was about promoting local artists and Dominican music. Right now, to me, I think that focus has changed. I mean, take for instance Friday. There's no reason why Serenade should have opened the festival. There's no reason why Triple K should have closed the festival. Reason being, when you open up first, the viewership is not there. All the media is not there. When you close, the media, they're tired, they gone home. You understand? So what exposure do we as local artists get? To me, that was the focus before. Right now, that focus has gone. You know, it's not about promoting the music anymore and the culture. It's about getting visitors here.
Dominica's Princess of Song, Michael Henderson, who has performed on the festival stage several times, has also noticed a change in the festival's objective.
In the initial stages of the festival, there was an effort made to ensure that local acts were placed at prime time, so that there would be that media exposure for local music. And we didn't have that platform before the festival in Dominica. It didn't exist. We would have had to travel overseas to be able to get international media to pay attention to Dominican music. And so the festival was, one of the core goals of the festival was to provide that platform for local musicians. And so we would like to see that in future come back. We'd like to see that sort of reverting to the actual goal that we initially started off with. And along with everything else, we welcome, all the other aspects of the festival. We welcome the visitors, we welcome the international media, and we just want to show, we just want the opportunity as local artists to showcase our talent and what it is that we have, because Dominica does have international talent.
The 20th edition of the World Creole Music Festival was held from 26th to 28th October 2018.
You are watching Channel 5 News. We'll have more after the break.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evil. Anywhere you are.
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive.
There's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow Evil.
A former president of Haiti has called on Dominicans to work together to rebuild the country post-Hurricane Maria. Michel Martelly, who goes by the stage name Sweet Mickey, was in Dominica over the weekend to perform at the World Creole Music Festival. Martelly was president of Haiti from May 2011 to February 2016 and commended the government and people of Dominica for the strides made post-Hurricane Maria.
I want to congratulate the people of Dominica for coming out of this catastrophe and being up today, partying, living. Not partying, living. I also want to congratulate the government and my friend PM Roosevelt Skerrit. I have seen the guy working. I had the opportunity, the privilege of being the chairman of the CARICOM as the president of Haiti. So I had close contact with the Prime Minister. And I saw in him a young and dynamic person. By the way, right after the hurricane, I happened to have met him in the corridors of State Department and stuff, drilling his way in to get funds to bring back to Dominica. to get Dominica back to life.
Martelli says Dominica needs to work together and exercise patience during the country's rebuilding phase.
Coming here today, I realize that you have done a lot. Enabling your country to become functioning today is a lot. Of course, there's a lot remaining to be done. But be patient. You cannot build a country in 1 year. You cannot rebuild a country in 1 year. You cannot build a big house in 1 year. How do you build a country in 1 year? So we need to be patient. And also, to make it faster and easier, if you, the people, you get together with the government. It's not about the Prime Minister, it's about you, the people. If you get together with the government and it becomes one plan, one mission, one people, then it will be easier.
And the quality of medical care afforded 5,000 Dominicans aboard the Peace Ark recently will be made available at the new hospital upon completion. Prime Minister Skerrit gave assurances on Monday as he welcomed an aid package of $120 million from the Chinese government.
I have not met one Dominican who was not pleased and grateful for the service and the presence of the Peace Ark in Dominica. So, while we may not have a Peace Ark in Dominica, we will be able to have those services at the new hospital in Dominica.
The Prime Minister says the government of China will provide the services of medical specialists in areas identified by the Ministry of Health. The goal is to eliminate or minimize the need for Dominicans to seek medical care overseas.
And we spoke about having refresher courses for Dominican medical practitioners and nurses who could go to China for 6 months, for example. Because in medicine and things like this, you always need to have refresher courses. If you studied medicine 20 years ago and you have not been back into a classroom, watch it. You really have to go back every so often. You take a sabbatical and you go into a classroom, you go into a hospital, and you learn new techniques and new methods, because medicine is an evolving process. It is not static. It is not immobile. But we'll also have our medical doctors going to China to be exposed to more improved and advanced technology.
Traditional Chinese medicine will also be introduced here. The Prime Minister made reference to cancer patients who have found marijuana oil to be very helpful in pain relief.
M&J Covering is the producer of designed galvanized and galvalume in Dominica. They design to your specifications, color and length, 4 styles of galvanized and galvalume pre-painted roofing sheets as requested, and supply all your galvalume accessories. M&J Covering helps you control spending and reduce waste. At M&J Covering, they are also equipped to build your roof to precise standards anywhere on island. So come to M&J Covering at 1 Mile in Portsmouth or call 445-5001 275-5003 today.
To end the news, a look again at the headlines. 300,000 visitors expected as the new tourist season opens. Protest action in Soufrière over blocked road to Petit Colibri. And one of the creators of Bouillon Music says the World Curl Music Festival has lost its way. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching. Join us tomorrow.